Georgia. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. This is an egg, and I'm going to show you how to make an eggshell geode crystal. Eggshell geode crystal growing is a fascinating chemistry experiment. It's fun to do and it's really easy. So you may be wondering what a geode is. A geode is a hollow rock that's filled with small crystals. Natural geodes can take hundreds or even millions of years to form, but I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful eggshell geode crystal in a day or two. The process is really easy, but it does take a little bit of patience because the crystals need a little bit of time to form in the eggshell. It's a chemical reaction after all. I'll go through the process with you step by step, and then you're going to have beautiful eggshell geode crystals. And we're going to make our finished product into a really nice craft. So let's get started. This is what natural geodes look like. As I mentioned, they look like regular rocks, but on the inside they have crystallized minerals. So they look like little treasures when they're opened. For the chemistry portion of our activity, you'll need eggshells cut lengthwise, alum powder, food coloring, school glue, a paintbrush, and very hot water. Here are the written directions on how to create an eggshell geode crystal. They've been provided in a separate document if you would like to print this out. An eggshell geode is formed through a process called sedimentation. By dissolving the alum powder in hot water, it creates a supersaturated solution. As the solution of hot water and alum powder cools, the water loses its energy, and the crystals become solidified. The eggshell acts as the rock, and the alum powder acts as the crystals. To review, you will need eggshells cut lengthwise, alum powder, school glue, and a paintbrush. So the first step in creating the crystal geodes is to squeeze 2 drops of school glue into each clean and dry eggshell. Next, you use a paintbrush or your finger to spread the glue around the eggshells. Next, you sprinkle some alum powder into the eggshells. And then you take the eggshells, just kind of shake them around so the alum powder can stick to the glue. Okay, and then you let that sit overnight. Okay, we're ready for the second phase of our project. The eggs have dried overnight, so the alum powder has stuck to the sides of the eggs. So what we're going to do next is take very hot water. So it's about 1 3/4 cups. And we're going to add the rest of the alum powder into the water. I'm going to pour all of it. And we're going to stir it up. Wait for the alum powder to dissolve a little bit. So once the alum powder has dissolved in the hot water, I'm going to pour an equal amount into each cup. And then we're going to take food coloring. So we have green, blue, and yellow. And we're going to drop color in each cup. So Alex, you want to do it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about 10 to 12 drops of food coloring per cup. So we're going to have, this is actually yellow. This is green and this is blue. Okay. And we just mix these up a little bit. And then wait about 30 minutes for these cups to cool. And we're going to be ready for the next phase of the crystal egg geode. So now our solution with the food coloring and alum powder has cooled. So we're ready for the last step in making crystal egg geodes. Take each eggshell, place it into the solutions, and submerge them very slowly, which means to cover completely. You push them into the solution. So now they're covered completely in the solution. Let that sit for about 12 to 15 hours. And last step is checking on our eggs to see what they look like. Here are the geodes when I remove them from the cups. Once they're dry, we're ready to make a craft. For the craft, you'll need your eggshell geodes, paper plate or paper, crayons or markers, school glue, 2 large popsicle sticks, and a glass jar or vase or cup. Now that our eggshell geode crystals are finished and dry, I'm going to arrange them on a plain paper plate. into a flower shape. Then I'm just going to take a pencil and make a very faint outline around the eggshells. Then I'm going to transfer the eggshells to another plate. So I can cut the flower shape that I drew into the first plate. So now I cut the flower shape that I drew into the plate. I'm going to turn this around and color it. You can leave it white if you like, because the geodes are so pretty and colorful, but I think I'm going to add a little bit more color to it. You can use markers or crayons. I'm going to use crayons. I'm going to start by making the middle of the flower. This is a glitter crayon. So I'm just going to color that in. So my eggs are green, blue, and orange. So I'm going to make one of the petals orange, or actually two of the petals orange. Going to make two green, and two blue. Then I'm going to take school glue and apply some to each of the petals. Next, I'm going to take the crystal geodes and place them on the glue. After gluing the eggshells onto this flower that we made, it took about 15 or 20 minutes to dry, so they're stuck on pretty well. The next step is to make a stem for this flower. So I'm using two popsicle sticks, two large ones. I started coloring this one already. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could just kind of color it in. I'm going to color two sticks. You can use marker or crayon or paint to color these sticks. I'm just using marker. Then I'm going to glue the two popsicle sticks together. Going to use school glue. So we'll press those together. And that needs a few minutes to dry. In the meantime, I'm going to make what looks like grass. So we're going to color this to look like grass. And we're going to take it and either tape it or glue it around this vase. You can also use an old jar. I'm going to make it look like there's grass around here. It doesn't have to be even. You could just make it look however you like. You could make blades like this, or you could just kind of scribble like this. You can do it in marker and crayon, or just crayon, or just marker. I'm going to do both. I'm going to use a green crayon as well. So I colored this paper, and now we're going to cut it to look like blades of grass. So I'm going to put glue on the colored side of the popsicle sticks. And then we're going to secure the eggshell flour on it. That needs a few minutes to dry, but I'm also going to secure it using Scotch tape. So once this dries a little bit, I'm going to put tape on the back of the flour to make sure that it's on very well. While that dries, I'm going to apply the grass that we made to this vase. Like I said, you can also use a jar, anything that's around the house. It doesn't even have to be glass. You can just use a cup, a plastic cup if you like, or a glass cup, whatever you're allowed to use. So we're going to apply this to the vase. I'm going to use tape. You can also use glue, especially if it's a plastic cup or a paper cup. And I'm going to put a piece of tape to secure it. So then it'll look like there's grass growing around the vase. Once the flour has dried, you can place it in the vase, and you have a beautiful crystal geode flower.